Hi guys, so today I'm going to be doing a manga review and I'm going to be reviewing the first 3 volumes of the Hot Gimmick series by Miki Aihara. First things first, I can't even with this book. When I was reading this, or 3 fucking books in this massive obinus or however you say the fucking word, I wanted to throw it against the wall multiple times. I only read on because I thought that it had to get better, right? Because things have to get better. Let me explain what this book is about. What is this bitch's name? I can't even remember this bitch's name. That's how much I liked it. The series follows a girl named Hatsumi, and she lives in this apartment complex with her sister and I think her brother. I don't know how many other people live in this apartment complex, in her home in this apartment complex, if that makes sense. I don't know. I'm just so mad. Yeah, I'm gonna try and tell you this coherently, what it's about. Anyway, one day her younger sister, who is still in middle school, apparently might be pregnant. So she asks Hatsumi to go out and get her a pregnancy test to see if she's pregnant or not. So on the way back, a guy, I can't remember his name, let's just call him douchebag because he's a douchebag. Wait, can I say douchebag? So this douchebag, that's his name because that's what he is. There are a lot worse names I could call him. And being nice when I say douchebag. Comes up and he sees that pregnancy test and she's automatically like really frightened. Like she has a flashback scene of when they were children and apparently he pushed her down some stairs. I don't fucking know. Anyway, he sees that she has a pregnancy test and she's like, wait, it's not for me, it's my younger sister. She's like, please don't tell anyone. And he's like, I won't, because basically if the owner of the apartment complex finds out that her younger sister has got a pregnancy test, the owner's really strict and they might kick them out, and so she doesn't want that. She's like, please don't tell anyone. And the owner is his mother and he's like, I won't tell my mum if you be my slave. And she's like, oh no, I kind of really don't want to do that. And he's like, you have to be my slave. And she's like, okay then. Like, anyway, so we go back. Give the pregnancy test to the sister. Sister's not pregnant. That doesn't come up again. The fact that the sister is in middle school, like she seems completely shocked. The sister does not use protection. However, the bigger sister doesn't bring it up with the younger sister again. Like, hey, maybe if you're going to be having sex, maybe you should use protection. No. Because I would move away from the plot line of this beautiful story, and you feel the sarcasm dripping. So anyway, douchebag goes up to her and he's like, yo, you're my slave now. I'm gonna use you to have sex with me because you're a virgin, I'm a virgin, I need to practice. And she's like, I don't want to have sex with you. And he's like reading this book. Oh, by the way, I'm probably gonna spoil the whole first 3 volumes of this. So I guess if you want to read this, like if for some reason aliens have taken over your body and mind and you want to read this and you don't want to be spoiled, I guess you should stop now, but don't read this. Like, honestly, just watch me rant about it. You don't want to read this, okay? I respect your opinion on liking this, but at the same time, it hurts my heart. Anyway, so he's reading this book on how to become manly and have sex. And it's basically like, oh, if she says no, it just means that she's teasing and that she really wants it. If she keeps saying no, wow, that means she's really into you. You should definitely force her into having sex with you because really, she's loving it. Yay! And this is my issue with the world, guys. And so he keeps forcing her into having sex with him. The person's like, whoa, you're not having sex with me. And she manages to get away. Then she comes across, I think this person's name is Asuna. I want to call him, let's call him Dickhead. I really want to call him something else, but we're going to call him Dickhead. So then she meets this Dickhead, right? And apparently he was her childhood best friend, but now he's a model and he's all famous and everything. And he's like, yo, you're back. I love you. Let's go out. And she's like, oh, yes, I mean, I only knew you when you were a child, but I love you. Like, she literally just said, I love you after knowing you for 1 day of meeting you. I mean, I haven't seen you since 10 years ago, but man, I love you. Yes, let's go out. And he's like, great. And then it turns out that he wants revenge or something because apparently her mother cheated with his father and that caused his father and mother to get divorced or some shit. So he wants revenge. And so he plans to gang rape Hatsumi. That's right. He plans to gang rape her, film it, and to show it to her parent and be like, yo, I hurt someone you love. How does it make you feel? By the way, if you haven't guessed, Hatsumi for this whole first 3 volumes, I mean, I don't know if it gets better after this, is just treated like an object. I'd love to say I was exaggerating, but no, she's treated like an object. Anyway, so he like starts up this plan to gang rape her and everything, and like all these guys start coming on there, they're about to rape her, and then douchebag comes in and it's like, whoa, don't rape her, everything, you know, this is wrong. And they manage to escape, and then on like the taxi ride home, like she's like traumatized and everything, and he's like, as a thank you, slave, for saving me, you can have sex with me me now? And she's like, I don't want to have sex with you still. And he's like, well, you have to because you're my slave. And she's like, I mean, I guess I was just going to be raped by 4 guys. So I guess just being raped by you isn't that bad. And he's like, whoa, don't compare me to those guys. Like, I'm nothing like them. The anger, guys, is real. By the way, did I mention that douchebag managed to, he multiply throughout this time sexually assaults her. He steals her first kiss from her. He also multiple times touches her up without her permission. However, she argues with him and she tells him to stop and he doesn't. But she doesn't like tell anyone because she's his slave. After that, Hasumi falls asleep next to Douchebag. Douchebag is like, wow, I'm really sorry that's happened. Maybe you're not so bad. Because he apparently hates Hasumi. Like, throughout this book, he calls her slave or stupid. That's right, slave or stupid. Because apparently he hates her, but he starts to develop feelings for her when he steals her first kiss from him. But he still treats her like an object, and even still, he should not be given a second chance because he's a douchebag. Anyway, he starts to be nice for this one little scene, and then she falls asleep, trusting him. And what does he decide to do, guys? He decides to start to feel her up, give her a hickey on her breast, and like is touching her up, and she wakes up and she's like, whoa, that's not cool. And he's like, you're my slave, bitch. You gotta do this. And she's like, oh, damn it. Oh, someone else comes and they interfere and it stops, but anyway, Hatsumi's like, oh, I really got to stop him from being my slave. I'm like, I'm not happy. I don't want to do this anymore. And so he's like, oh, you can't stop being my slave because you're my slave. Like, you can't get out of it. And she's like, oh, fuck. If you say that must be true, then that must be true. I guess I'll just have to put up with this sexual abuse and fucking... Oh... And he's like, well, you can stop being my slave if you become my girlfriend. He's like, because when we are boyfriend and girlfriend, it means that we both want things, and so I won't be bad. And it also means that I own you. Because apparently, guys, if you didn't know, let me give you what this book says. Apparently, your partner owns you and can do anything they like to you. They literally own you. True words told in this. Thanks, hot Gimmick, for giving me my quality relationship advice. And then basically she's like, nah, I'd rather be your slave than your girlfriend. And then she walks off, and that was the end of the third, I guess, book in this series. Apart from that, nothing happens. It's just all about her being used as an object. But honestly, she doesn't see this as sexual assault, what he's doing. She sees it as okay because she is his slave. I mean, she's not his slave. None of these characters were likable. I'd love to say they were, but they weren't. You had Dickhead who used Hatsumi to get revenge. You had Douchebag who saw Hatsumi as a sexual object through multiple times, called her stupid. And you had Hatsumi who couldn't think for herself. She didn't help out her sister once. I mean, and I don't think the author addresses the issues of the sexual abuse and assault that Hatsumi goes through very well at all. I also don't think that this is done very well. I don't think it deals with the matter very well, and I think that the author really trivializes what Hatsumi goes through and doesn't make it a real issue. For example, at the end of the volume 3 in the extras, she's got Hatsumi here and she says, welcome to Extra. Gimmick admits today is me, poor victimized Hatsumi Narita. I would not recommend this series. It's not good. However, I kind of want to finish it. I think there's 9 volumes of it. To see if it gets better, it gets a 0 stars. A 0 stars. If you have read it and you like it, I'm sorry. I just had a lot of issues with it. If you have read it again, maybe you can let me know in the comments below if it does get better. Try and restore my faith in humanity. But from the first 3 volumes that I read, they were just horrible, and I thought to myself, surely this gets better. Surely something changes. But it just got worse and worse and worse. And multiple times I nearly chucked this book, but I didn't. I had that self-restraint not to chuck it. So I'm gonna go before I rage anymore. Like this video if you liked it. Let me know if you know any good manga series that I should read, that I will actually enjoy, that are not garbage. And I will see you next time. Okay, bye!